My name is Dr. Kurosh Behzadian. I'm the course leader of the civil engineering. We're just doing a little bit differently this year. We don't have a physical meetings and sessions. I'm just gonna give you a very briefly about who we are. We're about like a course of the civil engineering, but I would be very happy to answer any of your questions. You can find my details here, and feel free to contact me. And I hope to see you in the future for this course. Okay, so civil engineering basically is a multidisciplinary course, and it includes and covers a variety and various fields of the civil engineering areas. It can start with, like, for example, structural engineering, and also includes the water engineering, geotechnical engineering, environmental engineering, bridge engineering, and also highway engineering. So if you're just gonna look at and give you some more examples about that, specifically for the structural engineering and bridge engineering, it just have like some structure that has been built from many centuries ago, and some like the modern buildings and the structures like the towers is like the actions and work of the civil engineering. If we look at other aspects about the hydraulic engineering, the civil engineers are working in the fields of the wastewater and the water treatment facilities. And also they're just gonna work on in the area of the like the dam construction and any reservoir operation, and just gonna work in different aspects of the design, operation, and also the maintenance of these kind of like the things, and also the construction. If you looked at the other aspects about the highway and geotechnical engineering, you can see the trace of the civil engineers in any kind of like the construction work, in the foundation design, in the tunneling, in the highways, waterways, and any kind of like the construction in that area is like the main aspects of the work is related to the civil engineering. So now I'm just gonna ask you to just take a look at about the presentation about the civil engineering that has been provided by the ICE professional body.
All day, every day, civil engineering impacts my life. During my morning trip to the bathroom, I flush the toilet and engineers clean it so that I can brush my teeth and shower with clean water. I get the train most days thanks to civils to go to my job as a traffic signal engineer. Engineers are responsible for the infrastructure where I live, the buildings like the uni that I went to and the shopping centres that I visit. At home, they provide power for me to cook. Civils light my house and supply energy for the TV and the computer. They look after my planet and the air that I breathe. If it wasn't for civil engineering, I'd be living in a cave.
Take a trip around London and you've got countless examples of engineering to inspire you. The iconic buildings that tourists flock to see. The open spaces that people enjoy.
I love civil engineering and I love airports. I really love airports. I love civil engineering and I love railway stations. I love subway stations. And the subway tunnels. I love civil engineering and I love reservoirs. I love sanitation and water supply. I love civil engineering and I love the New York roads. I love cycle paths. I love civil engineering and I love bridges.
I love civil engineering because it provides my services.
I love civil engineering because it's improving cities like this one.
I love civil engineering because it's providing a transport infrastructure.
It's helping communities like this.
Everything the light touches was created by a civil engineer.
Okay, I hope you have enjoyed watching this video. So I'm just going to just give you more about the purpose of and objectives of the civil engineering course. First of all, civil engineering at University of West London has been developed because of to respond to high demands of industry in the UK, and also to just comply with the strategic plan of the university. And also this kind of course give you more opportunity and flexibility for employability industry, and you can just be able to be working with different aspects of the industry, like for example contractors. You can just work with the consultancy, and you're able to work with the private and the public organization and so on. And also, if you're just going to start with the BEng civil engineering, you are able to work, carry on with the master's levels and also with the PhD. Civil engineering can also cover different areas and skills related to theory, analysis, design, and practice. And you can just work in the different fields and different environments. You should be able to work in the rural, urban, and also field and office work. So this is all the area you can just be prepared for that. If you look at the admission requirements for the civil engineering at University of West London, you need to first start with the GCSE. And if you're just going to go with the GCSE, you need to just make sure you have the math and physics, particularly, as a part of the core subjects of your school, like the GCSE level, to just, if you're just going to provide yourself for the civil engineering field. And if you're just going to carry on with the BTech route, you need to just make sure you just have the math and physics in that area. And if you're just going to be in the level 3 diploma in construction and built environment, it's also acceptable, and you will be qualified for civil engineering. At the end, you need to just get a BTech extended diploma with 1 distinction and 2 merits for that reason. And finally, if you're just going to go with the college with the AS and A level, you also need to just have the math and physics as the core subjects to make sure you will be qualified for the civil engineering course. If you just looked at the civil engineering courses delivered at the University of West London, we deliver a number of different fields of and courses of the civil engineering. It could be first, most of the students will take the full-time course of the BEng, either civil engineering or the civil and environmental engineering. Civil and environmental engineering can also deliver part-time for those who like to just carry on with this kind of like the route. And also, if you need, you can just start civil and environmental engineering with the foundation year. Foundation year is a year before starting level 4 or the first year of the civil engineering, for those who need to just strengthen their background for the math and physics. And also we have another course, FDA civil engineering is a part-time, and also degree apprenticeship, that for those people who are working with industry and like to just have like the one-day release course at university. And it's also supported and funded by industry as well. They don't need to just pay and just apply for the loan. For the master's level, we have the master's civil engineering and civil and environmental engineering, full-time and also part-time. And also, if for those who like to just get in connection with the industry, they can just get the master's civil and environmental engineering with internship as a full-time. And finally, we have the PhD civil engineering available as well. So if we just looked at the course structures of the civil engineering, here we can see the civil engineering course is delivered in 3 years. Normally start with year 1 or level 4, level 5, and level 6. Those who just gonna start with foundation level, they start with level 3. And for semester systems that you can see here, you will learn different aspects of the fields of the civil engineering. Start with mathematics, land surveying, construction, structural mechanics, and also the AutoCAD software. You just get in the first year. Second year, you will just go through it again, mathematics, structural analysis design, fluid mechanics, project management, soil mechanics, and eventually the third year, hydraulic, geotechnical design, structural design projects, and also transport infrastructure engineering. So all of them will deliver in 3 years' time. And if you're just someone is going to just finish without, for example, the final year project or the project dissertation, they will get a degree without honors. So, but those who get that kind of like the project dissertation, the degree at the end will be awarded as the BEng Honors Civil Engineering, which is in total has got the 360 credits in 3 years' time. Okay, so the next one, I'm just going to, you might ask the question, where could I work? So the civil engineers will be able to work in a variety of like the places. It could be the office works, and also you could just be working at the construction site and or as a consultant, as a like the contractor, or at the office works. You should be like able to work as a like a consultant or like the engineer, senior, or like the different levels of the engineer at that level. And one more things about the facilities and resources that we have University of West London. We have a number of like different types of the labs for the civil engineering. You can see here we have the geotechnical and structural lab at this figure in the top, and also we have dedicated construction and concrete lab in the middle, and at the bottom you can see some like a view of the hydraulic labs. Specifically for the civil engineering, the university has invested hugely to just equip all these labs with the new like the items, equipment items that you can see some of them in this figure. The other things that is really important for the University of West London is about the activities of the students. So we have a very active engagement with the students, and all our teaching is mainly based on the industry and research informed, which is very important all the time. All the assignments, coursework are relevant to the industrial and real life applications. We have different resources of the online that you can just use it, online library and the Blackboard and all other like the resources that we have. Within the coursework and assignments, you should be able to work in a group work and also individual, and you will get a hands-on experience to all of these kind of things. And we have a different source of the training, so it could be like the software tutorials, videos, and other like the aspect that you can learn it at the university in different like the modules and courses. And one of the like key aspects is looking at the sustainability and the multi-objective like the aspects are within and across all of the like the modules that we have. And if you're just going to talk about like the employability, specifically University of West London have a very like the specific focus on the industrial applications and students' employability. We have a number of actions in place to make sure that the students are in touch closely with industry. First things is that the university and the school has got the industry consultative committee dedicated for civil engineering. They can give consultancy advice to the school and for the staff how to just proceed all the course materials to be able so that students can work properly in civil engineering and they have a better chance of being employed as civil engineering. We have some like the work-based learning, and this can be done by using the industrial placement, internship, or studentship, which is available. We have a dedicated placement office at University of West London. They can provide the full support for any students who are going to just be working at industry. And if they want any advice, for example, CV update or this sort of thing, they are full-time available to support the students for this. And for that reason, we have like a career and employment service. We have multiple site visits across the course that you can see every year, every semester. You will be taken to the sites, construction sites, and you will see some ongoing and operating projects and any kind of construction project. We have a number of invited guest lecturers from industry come to university and give a lecture. And every semester, we have a graduate job fairs that university will provide for students to in such that the industry come and give some opportunity and offer for graduate jobs and provide networkings for students. And also the university and the school has provided a number of institutional students training, could be like a Mac cafe and also software training as well. And here you can see a number of site visits that has been done by University of West London and our school for the civil engineering. You can see some of them, like it could be like for the cement plant. We have a visit to institution of the civil engineers, and also any kind of like a construction projects, and Thames barrier site visits also is a part of the like the visit that has already been done in recent years. Okay, so now I'm just going to show you, if you are interested and if you like to just get more information about the civil engineering course, how you can just find the civil engineering course. Here it's very simple. If you're just gonna go to the Google and just search, type the civil engineering, University of West London, normally the first few links, you can just go to any of them and you can just get the information directly for the course. And specifically, if you're just going to just see the full list of the courses at University of West London, you can type courses, University of West London, and normally the first link will direct you to the courses page. And in here, if there's a link here, if I just click on that link, UWL courses link, you will be directed to this link that shows all the courses of the civil engineering. And if you, for example, type the civil engineering, for example, you can, all the civil engineering course pops up in the search space. And if you just click on that, you will see all the courses of the civil engineering here. And specifically, in the next slide, if you just, for example, specifically look at the civil engineering course, if you just choose the civil engineering from that list of the civil engineering relevant course, you will see this kind of like the civil engineering course, the page of that sort of course, and you should be able to apply directly on the right hand side of the page. Apply now, the green button. And if you scroll down and you're just going to get more information about that, you will see all the module details in different levels, level 4, 5, 6. And for any of the modules, if you click on them, you will see more information about that course. And also there are some information about the placement, industrial placement. You can get some information. If you want to see what is the entry requirements for the UK and international students, you can click on any items here. You can see here, for example, the UCAS points required for the civil engineering is 120 points. And for the fees and fundings, if there is a fundings available, apply and relevant to you, you can see all information here, either UK and EU or international students, applicants. And at the end, if you have any questions, you can directly contact us or contact the course leader. You can see, for example, my like the figure here or my link here. You can send my information very easily. You can find my name if you Google that one, and you can just send me email. I can give you more information about that as well. Okay, I hope you have enjoyed this presentation. But if you just gonna any further question, just feel free to just either contact me or any relevant staff or colleagues in civil engineering to answer your question. Thank you very much.